Yo, Smuzzy here. Welcome to the first inaugural in the shed video, because now I have a shed, and if I go like this, I've already destroyed it, as you can see, but welcome to the first inaugural up the shed on the desk. Beautiful desk. It's all level. Although if you look at it from the outside, it doesn't look level because the shed's a bit pissed. But I've been on the customising bus. Drucifer XXX put a video up the other day of his custom dark steel, and well, frankly, I sat there and I was like, oh, I've got to fucking get round to doing one day. And then dark steels were £10 at Tesco's, and it was, I've got to, haven't I? So just to run through what I've done, my plan is Beast Hunter's Herald of Unicron, because I love Unicron. He's like, for some reason, I absolutely love Unicron. I just think it's brilliant. And I was talking to Jimbo at Auto Assembly about airbrushing, etc. So I thought I'd just show him how we're going to set up the very basics of airbrushing. So, Tamiya paint, orange. The reason I'm going to start with the orange is because painting grey over orange is going to be easy. Painting orange over grey is not. So I've started doing all the orange stuff first. As you can see on my helping hands here are my lighting's crap. I've got a new light coming shortly. This is the only one I've got. Just tolerate it. So you take Tamiya paint. You just put a little bit of Tamiya paint, and camera's on a tripod, which is really in the way, but just for demonstration purposes, that's where we're going to go. So I'm just pouring some of that in the bottle. Now, this is where most people go wrong with stuff, because they either spray it like that, or they mix it with water, which is the wrong thing to do. You need to use proper thinner, and whatever style paint it is that you're using, you need to use the equivalent thinner. Now I am just putting, let me do it like that so you can see a tiny bit of what I'm doing, just a smidge, literally just a dab. That was probably a little bit too much, and just swill it around in the bottom of the jar. Okay, then I'm going to put my toppity top on here. I hate suction siphon feed airbrushes. If I'd have known what I was doing when I got one in the first place, I'd never have done it that way, but it's just tough. That's done, and forgive me because this thing makes a load of noise. So every time I hit the button on the airbrush, it's going to go, but again, tough, you'll have to live with it. So now the siphon feed goes to the bottom, through the bottom of the airbrush, and now all I've got to do, and this is, as you can see, it's on cardboard, so when I spray now, I'm spraying a very fine area, and I'm just waiting. When you spray lots, you can just see, now I've got a blockage in the damn airbrush, even though I sprayed lots of airbrush cleaner through it last time, just because life's an ass. So what you do is you just take your airbrush apart a little bit. You can see where that nib is, the needle? There on the can, you can see it there, look. Wet your fingers and just brush it off. And put everything back together. And then wind the needle back, so you're going to spray a really large area. Always do that first, just to get your paint flowing. And if it doesn't flow, trust me, I'm going to turn this off and start there we go, and then we're going. Okay, so you can see, if I spray over here on the bottom, you can see splashes coming out. But that's far too much paint coming through, so I'm spraying at quite high pressure because it's a shit airbrush, frankly. But then you can see the parts up here, and all I'm going to do is just dust them. Dust them like that. Not loads. I've missed the top because I've not put enough coats on the top. Okay, and that's all you got to do. That is enough. More than enough, okay? So I'm going to push that back. I'm just double coating because I've done, if I show you very quickly, I've done all the legs. I've done inside the legs, so you don't forget. I'm going to do a second coat on all of that. And then the grey can go over the top of the white. But what I've done is I've sprayed this grey. Let me centre this a little bit. See what we can do. There we go. So I've done, yeah, there we go, moving things around. I sprayed this in car undercoat, which isn't really the right stuff. What you need to do is get proper model undercoat, because model undercoat is got a much thinner bead in it, and it sort of sticks to the paint better, but car stuff is fine. The other thing that I'm going to do is try and lean these this way as much as possible without them falling over. In fact, I might just do them like that, get that out the way, because I want to spray an up angle so I don't get orange all over the feathers, because I'm going to do the feathers in the grey because it's Herald Unicron, so I'm going to use his colours, okay? So then all I'm going to do is start your airbrush, which I've already lost the paint coming through. Give me some orange, damn you. There we go. Okay, as I said, airbrush is crap. Really want a new one, but they're not cheap. Basic one's sort of 50 quid for what I want. And start spraying off the model, off the subject. It's not a transformer, but you'll get what I mean, okay? And start spraying off the subject, okay? And that way you don't get splats, because when the airbrush goes on, you'll get a little bit of pooling, which is again something that you don't get with a better quality airbrush. But I want to spray up underneath, so when I spray it gets in all the nooks and crannies, whereas with a lot of the other neck bits, for example, I've sprayed in the direction that all of the detailing goes, so I can spray it and it misses the recessed bits, so it forces you to have shadows and gives your subject a three-dimensional look. So put that down, turn it round, and again, if you look at all the recessed bits on here, I don't necessarily want all of that to look really amazing, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to spray over quite quickly like that, and if it does leave shadows, then so be it, because then when you sort of see the figure as a whole and put it in nice lighting and, you know, take some photographs of it or whatever it is you want to do, the darker bits that are recessed in there will really look dark. Alright, so that's just a 50-50 mix of Tamiya paint and Tamiya thinner. You have to use the proper thinner, in my opinion, because water doesn't have a pigment aid in it. Whereas if you use proper thinner, when you thin it down, the pigments that are in the paint that make it stick to everything the thinner's got pigment in it as well. So when you thin it down, you don't get that watery kind of pooling in the corners and that sort of stuff. Now you will get that if your mix is too thin. Come on, there we go. Okay, so wings. There you go, done. And that will be dry in, let me just, if I do that, like that and like that, and put them like that, because that's the bottom, so it will be underneath all the gubbins of the robot. And what else did I have to do? So leggies. So what I've done is I've unfurled the legs as much as humanly possible, okay, and then I've got orange, sorry, all over the leg pieces, but I'm going to hand paint them later right up inside, because it's difficult to mask all of that stuff off, especially in the inside as well. There, it's still all dark, look. So what I'm going to do is just spray some more orange on all the gubbins up inside. I bought a new needle for the airbrush, and it's running like a dream at the moment, so I'm going to make the most of it while it's working, because trust me, when these things don't work, they're a pig. And I've also just realised that I've got all of my hand parts in the way, and I'm spraying all over them. So on your subject, okay, like that, and you're just gonna, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this getting all glistening, but you want very little paint. You don't want to just smush it all over the place. You see that starting to shine a little bit. That is enough. If it goes really shiny, like it looks like wet paint, frankly you've done it wrong. And the airbrush has stopped again. There we go, now we got some through. Stupid thing, hate it. If you do have an airbrush and you find it's doing that, the very best thing you can do is take the thinner that you thin paint with and soak it. Just put it in an old like saucer or something like that, and just soak the bugger. So in here, woo, in here, can you see you've got all the details from the backs of the legs, etc. And that I sprayed in the first place. Come on, work. See, I need a gravity-fed airbrush. I'm not this piece of crap. Oh, that's a good idea. So if I take the bit that does the foot and go like that, I can balance all of that together, and it just helps. Oh, fuck you. There. So I need and the reason I'm not spraying anymore is because I've run out of paint, which is why I hate having a siphon feed airbrush, because if you have a gravity feed you can just put a tiny bit in there, make sure you've used all of the paint that you've got, whereas with the siphon feed ones, when you lean the airbrush when you're trying to get in nooks and crannies, the damn thing catches, it misses the paint and it doesn't get on the tube. It's just extremely annoying. There we go, got paint again. So you've got the dark bits. Can't see anything on the camera, but you'll have to do with it. There, you've got the dark bits in there. So just give them an extra little blast. And again, that looks dark and worn and dirty. The plan is to make him quite messy. I'm gonna fuck him up quite a lot. I'm quite looking forward to doing that, if I'm honest, because I've got some of this really good wash that's clay based, and it really makes things look very dark and old and nasty with very little effort whatsoever. The other thing I will say very quickly is I know that the Lord Pikachu is definitely going to put on here, airbrushes are cheating. And if that's what you think, fill your boots, because I think it's just all about enjoying what you're doing as opposed to worrying about what materials and stuff that you're using. Because it's, in my opinion, far more important to just get in there and actually do something and make something. I think the problem is I've been threatening to do it for ages, and I haven't put my money where my mouth is. So in there you can see, look, although all you can see there is shadow, but inside the knee piece at the top, it still was quite the original colour. And then paint that in there. There we go. Now that's getting a bit wet now, that's got a bit pooly. So I'm going to leave that alone. Put that down. Stow it on something so it doesn't flop around all over the place and touch the cardboard. I buggered up one of the arms because if I can find them, where are they? I put them down too early on the cardboard, and then I got a little divot. Where are they? So there's your arms. They look quite nice. You can still see if I do that, it ought to refocus. No, it's not, but fuck it, you'll see what I mean. So there, look, see, lovely. Should have fixed all these flash bits, but I was just inspired to give it a go. So you know, while the feeling took, I thought it was important to just get on. Now the other thing I'm going to do, and this is going to spray paint all over my damn hands. Oh, I've missed a bit on the wings. There we go. Nice. With the face, I'm going to do the face backwards, which is kind of stupid because obviously if I take the face there and wait for it to... Hello! Focus, hocus pocus focus. There. Now the face, I'm going to do backwards. For the same reason I said before, and I want him to have... I want the horns to be orange and the rest of the helmet to be grey, as it's a reverse of Unicron. So all I'm going to do is spray, see what I'm doing for a moment, really lightly, just spray the face. Spray the face. It's almost Rudy's. Come on, come on. There. Now, if I take that and move that there, like, now you can see he's got an orange face. So all I've got to do is hand brush the rest of the helmet. Spray the face, helmet. Oh, come on, work. There we go. There. So the two little horns on his helmet are going to be orange like Unicron's horns, and then I'm going to spray the rest of the helmet grey. So that's what I've done. Really, that's what I've been up to. It's been a little while since I've done a video. I've done bits and bobs and spits and spots, but nothing really particularly exciting. As you can see, I bought some flat aluminium. I bought some chrome silver, and chrome silver is very, very chromy and silvery. And I've done that to the hip joints, and as you can see, this bad boy comes apart a treat. I've done it to the hands, but not the bottom of the hands very well, so that's something. The sides are a bit undercoat colour rather than so on and so forth, and the feeties, and again they look really nice. I'm gonna paint the toes either white or grey or just a corresponding colour, and leave the rest of the foot just to make the claws look a bit beef. But I've not sprayed the bottoms yet, which are still car body undercoat grey. Come on, focus. See? So that's what I've been doing. I've just been having fun in the shed. These are going to be a problem. This is going to be a long old video, but it's just me waffling, isn't it? These are going to be a problem because... Focus. Come on. Shit light in here, that's what it is. Now those are going to look beautiful, okay? But then underneath here, look, I want to spray this piece all grey and then paint the arms silver. And you can't take these shoulder pads off unless you bang the pins out, and I'm not really at that stage yet, so we'll see how that goes. So I might hand brush all of that sort of stuff. But Unicron, or rather Herald of Unicron, in the guise of a beast former. This has been SMS number 1 saying big up your bad self, and I'm just gonna keep on spraying. I don't know how your lives are going. The Transformer thing seems to have stopped quite a lot lately. Everyone had auto assembly, and then everyone seems to have got, probably not bored. Bored is the wrong word, but no, sort of life goes back to normal, and you can't sort of carry on the AA thing all the time. So I kind of get it, but at the same time I kind of miss all your faces. Loads of people are doing the podcasty stuff. I keep seeing that the Iconic boys are doing tons, and because I don't read the comics, I'd love to be a bit more involved, but I don't really. It's not my thing. I love the plastic crack. The only thing I'm going to leave white for now is that, because, and frankly, I'm just not sure what to do with it. That's the head. There, and doesn't that look beautiful? And you can see how, because I've sprayed from that direction, all of these dark bits here have actually got dark bits of plastic. So again, the plan would be, and I'm going to hand paint this because I don't know, but I want the horns orange, and I kind of want everything else grey to follow the Unicron theme. 20-minute video. Sorry, if you watched it, great, and if you didn't watch it, then you won't be hearing me talk about this. I don't look at my analytics. I'm sure people watch 30 seconds of my videos and fucking turn them off anyway, because I'm just a waffly old git. But hope you're all alright. Life's a bit shit at the moment. I can't tell you why, and I'm just not in the mood for doing videos, which is why I'm sat painting, because it's very therapeutic.